God, they were on some stuff while making this game. JoJo's Eyes of Heaven has to be one of my favorite official JoJo games of all time, tying pretty closely to Heritage for the Future. A while back, I did a stream series actually completing the game, and honestly, it just left me speechless. This game is truly bizarre in all the right ways. My hype for JoJo has been at an all-time high, especially since Steel Ball Run came out, though I'm one of those suckers who's gonna wait for the whole thing to drop and binge watch the living daylights out of it, because it's not like Netflix is gonna pull a Stone Ocean and fumble the biggest anime of all time. So why not play one of the greatest JoJo games in the meantime? No, I'm not looking at you, ASBR. You're probably the best JoJo fighting game, but even that's pushing it. Or I could grind endlessly and Roblox is Unbreakable, but I don't know how much longer Roblox is gonna last as a platform. So for those who are employed, Eyes of Heaven is JoJo's take on an arena-style fighting game where you play as characters from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe in a 2v2 3D action brawler. And if you look at it on the surface level, they actually do a really good job at it. I wouldn't say it's the best kind of arena fighter in the world. There are certainly ones that do it better. I personally really like Sparking Zero, but for a more casual audience, this game definitely hits in terms of accessibility. Though I will say, if you're not a huge JoJo fan, this game probably won't click for you as well, as this game has a lot of fan service. No, not that kind of fan service. The fan service where you get to see parts being recreated and seeing all kinds of crazy interactions that you wouldn't normally see in an official JoJo medium. As someone like me who really likes the series that has seen the majority of the parts, this was just absolute eye candy to me. And given what this game meant to me on a more personal level, I'd like to dedicate a video talking and just gushing about it, from how it handles the characters, the story, the gameplay, and my wishes for if they ever remastered the game or gave us a sequel of some sort. So with that being said, let's talk about something that isn't AI art. I freaking love this art style, originating from All-Star Battle, but for easy's sake, I'm just gonna call it the All-Star art style. It feels like the most unified art style that brings all these JoJo characters together. Each part is unique in their own right, from the muscular men's of part 1 to 3 to the simplistic twig light art style of part 4, which is kind of funny that part 4 and beyond weren't animated by this point. And seeing how the characters looked in the All-Star Battle art style was really charming, and I'd say captures the characters pretty perfectly. It's even funnier playing this game and listening to the voice actors for each characters after watching the anime and seeing how closely it lines up. It's not bad at all. Now, I probably should go on record of saying that this game does reuse a lot of assets from All-Star Battle. So the things that occur in ASB appear in Eyes of Heaven, from the art style to even the animations, which isn't a bad thing. Speaking of animations, the animations in this game are also pretty awesome, mostly referring to the dual heat attacks as we watch the characters perform these sick beatdowns. Now, it's not something that you would find in your average low player count Roblox game, but it still does a good job, all things considered, at being visually appealing. Since I'm talking about it, I freaking love the unique dialogue between each of the characters, whether it be opposing or combined. It's just pure fanfiction at its finest, and I love it. Yes, ASB did that as well, but now we get to see it with 4 characters on screen. From Jotaro and Jolene bonding over beating the living daylights out of the enemy, Jonathan reacting to 2 Dios, and the part 4 Joe Bros just absolutely posing for the fan. Or even how some of the characters die. They did not need to remind me of the pain that was part 2. This game is just chocked full of references. It's honestly amazing. Overall, in terms of artistic direction, I say they nailed a lot of what makes JoJo great, and that sentiment can even be said for the story they made for it. Now, I wouldn't call it peak JoJo, that's a bit of a stretch. I think the premise is a lot better than the execution, and because this isn't supposed to be an in-depth summary of the story, I'll try and explain it as fast as I can. So that's pretty much Eyes of Heaven in a nutshell. Wait a minute. The game pretty much becomes a multiversal story where in an alternate timeline, Dio won and attained heaven and must be stopped by the Joestar bloodline, and this is accomplished by collecting the holy corpse parts through the help of the greatest president of our time. Then shenanigans happen, yada yada dawa, Jotaro pose, so it's the same type of stand to start platinum, and levels the daylights out of Dio, and everything is goody goody gumdrops. I will say, from a conceptual level, I love this story, with some amazing interactions from the cast looking at their ancestors. But I'll admit, the story does kind of drag at some point, where during the run, you end up getting all the corpse parts, and then you have to do it again, which just really freaking sucks, and I feel like extends the story unnecessarily. I think that's the one negative thing I could think of in the story. Otherwise, it was pretty solid. It's not like I was asking for anything crazy. Has more of a story than All-Star Battle did, that's for sure. While this does dive into gameplay a bit, the story mode did have some pretty decent minigames, from the 1v beat 'em up challenges to gambling with the goat himself. And it even allows you to unlock the ability to use vampire characters in day stages. What? Overall, oh my god. Overall, I wouldn't say the story mode is bad, but it's definitely tailor-made for JoJo fans, as it literally spoils the ending of each part. So good luck if this was your first introduction to the JoJo universe. And that pretty much sums up my thoughts on the story. It's a pretty good story. Now, arguably the most important part of any video game, and why I particularly saved this one for last, as it is the most that I have to say about, and that is the gameplay. And I like it a lot, actually. The main gameplay is you and a clanker fight 2 other clankers, or if you have friends online, you can all play together. This game is a 2v2 arena fighter, and for people who are playing solo, you're pretty much going to be left to babysit the other player. You can run around freely on this map, there's power-ups, throwables, lots of wiggle room to go around. It's quite fun, honestly. Following up, you got your basic light and heavy, the ability to lock onto your opponent, jump, dodge, block, dash, you know, pretty standard stuff. Then you got your special move, which is done by holding the bumpers, and then the 4 face buttons become special attacks that are specific to each character, like Dio's throwing knives, Jotaro's barrage, or Koichi role-playing as Dante. Each character even has special moves that they can pull off, like Diavolo's Tyrant Rager, or Josuke's useless shit! You, along with your partner, can activate combo mode, which is pretty much just giving you guys a buff, which pretty cool, I guess. And then lastly, you got your beatdown moves, which is pretty similar to ASB, where you press a single button and watch a 10-second unskippable ad. Overall, the combat in this game is way simpler than the likes of ASB, and I consider that to be a pretty good thing. I like how they handle it, but honestly, it kind of leaves me wanting more. I don't know if I've just been spoiled by some pretty decent Roblox JoJo games, or the fact that ASBR showed me what a true JoJo moveset could look like, but playing Eyes of Heaven just left me wanting quite a lot. And this is where the majority of complaints / wants come in. Why can't there be a special button that lets us manually turn on our stance? I always thought that was a pretty cool gimmick to have in these fighting games. Why are we forced into 2v2 fight? Why did they have to make literally everything on a cooldown? I mean, I kind of get why, but at the same time, I yearn for the chaos. Why is it that there are no couch co-op options for this game? Or for you to have one friend be on the same team as you and then fight 2 other CPUs? Actually, why isn't there just an option for 1v1s? I find specials take so long to charge and build up. Like, why can't we have the meter system from All-Star Battle? And I know that they have whatever this thing is, but I gotta be so honest, I have no clue what this meter bar is, and I have not figured it out for the longest time since I played this game. Or the combo breakers. I find those do not replenish quick enough, and it's honestly why I dislike them so much. I much prefer how some other fighter games handle it, where you can dash out of a combo if done right to avoid being hard punished. And sure, I wouldn't exactly call this a combo heavy game, but people are creative. Just having that option would be nice. It's not like I'm asking them to implement a parry system, though that would be pretty cool. While a lot of what I'm pointing out is just wishful thinking, like reworking the combat, I don't think it's a lot to ask to have 1v1 modes. And for those who are saying it wouldn't work, the literal opening of the story mode is Jotaro versus Dio in a 1v1 format. Not to mention, you actually can replay this mode with all of your upgrades on the Cairo Bridge. 1v1 gameplay is possible, but why can't we have it? Literally, you can just remove the dual combo mode and have the characters perform their individual finishers. If you didn't realize, yeah, most team-ups have their own unique combos, but if you were to pair, let's say, Pet Shop with Speedwagon or something, they'll just do their own standard beatdowns. So it wouldn't even be that hard to implement. On top of that, give us 1v1 exclusive stages, or heck, don't even do that. Just let us fight on a small map for the love of the game. Really, all I'm asking is for customization options. You want to fight your friends with no cooldowns? Go to town. You want to fight your friends on a small map? Be my guest. I'm just asking for more options if they ever do plan to remaster the game. The biggest letdown I find in this game truly was the option of not only no couch co-op in a fighting game, but not having the option to simply do 1v1 fights at our own leisure. I get this game was built around 2v2 fights, but having options like these would have been so nice. And it's funny because the closest thing I'm ever gonna get to an Eyes of Heaven 2 is a mod created for Naruto Storm 4 that brings JoJo characters and their movesets into the game. And let me tell you, oh my god, this was so much fun. I literally bought this game on sale just to play this mod. Oh my god, it was actually way more fun than I thought. The combat is a little slow, and that's probably why I prefer Sparking Zero and its more quick combat, but as a supplement to my dream JoJo Arena Fighter, this was really hitting it. I don't know, maybe I'm asking too much and I should keep playing Roblox JoJo games, but a part of me can't help but dream and wish someone with higher knowledge than me would just make a mod that brings 1v1 to Eyes of Heavens at the very least. But alas, that probably won't be happening anytime soon. All in all, JoJo's Eyes of Heaven is a freaking amazing JoJo game that I like to revisit from time to time, despite its issues. And if we were to get a port of it on PC with some changes like FPS boost and quality of life improvements, I'd be a very happy man, but we make do with what we got. In the meantime, that's all from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, stay safe, stay wholesome, and don't forget to always be creative.